Hello, good morning, everyone from Canada. I hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday, and welcome to this live English lesson. Today, we are going to be analyzing a song by the band Coldplay called Fix You. Now, if you haven't listened to the song already, and if you are here live, or if you're watching the replay, maybe it might be a good idea to go click on the link in the description of this video to listen to this song before this lesson. You might be able to appreciate the lesson more that way. In any case, it's okay. We're here. We're going to look at the lyrics. We're going to try to understand them. I'm going to ask you some questions and challenge you to think about these lyrics in a new way. All right, so if you are here live, let me know where you're watching from. Say hello. Don't be shy, and let's get started right away. Let me switch screens here. Okay, so Fix You by Coldplay. I'm not the biggest Coldplay fan myself. I do like a few of their songs, but this song, one of my students from Jacob's English Club actually requested that I cover this song and do a lesson about it. And so I'm always looking for suggestions, and I decided to do it. So here we are, Fix You by Coldplay. Now the first thing I want to do is talk about the title of this song. It's a pretty interesting title, Fix You. And I want to start with a question for you guys. When do we fix things in English? Okay? When do we fix things? Why would you fix something in English? Let me know in the comments section. I'm looking for a specific answer here. Let me try and move that down so that doesn't happen. There we go. And hello to Himal, hello to Patricia, Vivian, Satawat. I hope you can fix me, says Satawat. Faiza, Laura, Chocolate, Stella, Augustine, Nimgreen, Hashim, Kamis, Laura. Looks like we have some new people here. Sunrina from Cambodia too. Nim is watching from Thailand. Satawat is from Thailand too, I know. That's awesome. Hello, everyone. Good. Patricia says, when things are broken, that's when we fix something, right? Yes, you fix things that is broken. Exactly. Perfect. That is the answer that I was looking for. You fix things when they are broken. So what's implied in this title then is that this you, whoever this you is over here, is broken. Okay, let's look at some example sentences quickly with fix. I need to fix my car before we can go camping. So you can fix things. You can fix things like cars, right? Or if you have a broken coffee cup, if I were to drop this mug and it were to break, I could fix this mug. I maybe couldn't myself at the moment. I'd have to learn how. But you could fix it. You can also fix things like relationships, right? We've been trying to fix our relationship for a long time. Satawat in the comments section said, I hope you can fix me. So we can fix people, we can fix more abstract things too. Great, so let's look at the first verse here. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. Stuck in reverse. Okay, so I want to ask you guys, how would you describe the mood of this verse? What adjectives would you use? Just to describe the mood. Don't worry about what's happening yet. When you read these lines, what feelings do you get? What do you think the song is trying to communicate in terms of the mood? Let me know. Bruno Costa says, I'm watching from Brazil. I'm a big fan of your channel. Well, thank you, Bruno. Carol says, I love this song. Grace is singing in Japan, I think. Ashraful Islam, hello, sir. I'm watching you from Bangladesh. Hello from Bangladesh. Very cool. Let me know, when you read that first verse, what do you guys think? What adjectives would you use to describe this verse? Good. Nim says depressed. Asma says sad. Oh, very cool. Grace says falling. Yeah, I like that a lot. Falling. Very neat. Chocolate Stella says sad, sad, depressed, sadness, disappointed. Yeah, very good. Okay. So I'm going to teach you some new adjectives here. I wrote down 4 that came to my mind. 2 of them will probably be new for you, and we'll look at some example sentences. But I agree with all of you that the first verse in this song in general, it feels very sad. Vivian says failure. Yeah, that came to my mind too. Failure. So frustrated, I said, when you try your best and you don't succeed, that can be a very frustrating thing, right? Feeling lost. You get what you want, but you don't know, but not what you need. Stuck in reverse made me think of lost. So if you're stuck in reverse, reverse means going backwards, right? If you're in reverse, you're moving backwards. And if you're stuck moving backwards, well, that's not a good thing. In life, we want to move forward. We want to grow, right? So if you're stuck in reverse, it's not a bad thing. You can feel it is a bad thing, sorry. You can feel very lost. I have some new words for you here. There we go. Dejected and disheartened. So these are just some fancy adjectives that you can learn in this lesson. The team felt dejected after their loss. Dejected just means very sad and depressed, extremely sad and depressed. Disheartened, kind of similar. If you feel disheartened, it means that you've lost confidence. You've lost your spirit, kind of. We have this word in the middle here, heart. And dis means without, right? So it means that you don't have passion. You don't have that confidence. You don't have that spirit. You're disheartened. She was disheartened after she got fired from her job. Okay, so dejected, disheartened, like all of you guys were saying, sad, depressed, failure, exactly. When the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Well, here's an interesting question for you guys. I want you to tell me, what is something that you can lose that can't be replaced? Something you can lose that can't be replaced. Let me know in the comments section. I was thinking about this a lot this morning as I was putting these slides together. Melancholy, says Patricia. Good. So melancholy is like depression, but unresolved depression. So it's just continuous sadness. Nice word, Patricia. Umama says, try to find some peace. Yeah, it seems... I want to say in that first verse, there's not much about trying to find something, try to find some peace. The first verse to me was all just about the feeling of being stuck in reverse and being sad and depressed and just having things not work out for you. Okay? Patricia says love. Shazia says life. Yes. Love, life. Well, Patricia, tell me what you mean by love, because you can fall in love with many people, right? And often people do that. People fall in love with others. Precious Madel Santos says heart, your life. Right, exactly. Health. Well, try to be very specific here, because what do you mean by health? Let's say I lose an arm. I could replace my arm. In 2018, we have prosthetic limbs. I could get a new arm. Of course, I'd like to keep my arm. I like my arm, but you can replace some things, right? You know, if I lost my hair, I could get a wig, so it could be replaced in some sense. Of course, not with the original, but you can replace some of that. Elizabeth says family. Okay, family. Freedom, trust, parents, love. Except life, everything is replaceable, says Shazia. Very interesting. And by life, I assume you mean then family members too and other people's lives. So other people. Falza says the last part of sadness. Umama says trust. Very interesting. Yeah, I think once trust is broken, it can't be replaced. I didn't think of that one this morning. Very cool. I like that. That's certainly true with infidelity in a relationship. Infidelity just means when one partner is unfaithful in a relationship, when they have a relationship with someone outside of their main relationship. That's infidelity. Once that happens, it's almost impossible to repair trust. So trust is something that can't really be replaced if it's broken. I agree. Let's see. Umama says, feelings. What kind of feelings? Chocolate Stella says, but what if you have an incurable disease? Yeah, well, if you have an incurable disease and if you're losing your life, then of course you can't be replaced, right? Parents are not replaceable. My own life. Okay, so you guys get the point here. You're thinking about it. Life, other people. Trust was an interesting one too. Goals, says Vivian. I think goals can be replaced. You can get new goals. But let's keep going. So again, just before we move on to the chorus here, the feeling of this verse is also obviously quite sad when tears are coming streaming down your face. So when you're crying, when you lose something, when you love someone, we also seem to have images of a relationship evoked here, right? This part of the song makes me think of a relationship when they're talking about love, they're talking about losing something, tears coming down your face. It seems like this person or whoever this song is about, maybe it's about us, or maybe it's just trying to evoke a certain memory or situation in our minds. It's very sad, like you guys were saying before. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Now, what's interesting too, if you guys watch this movie, the music video, in the description of this video, it starts with the lead singer of the band Coldplay in a tunnel, and he's kind of going on this journey throughout the video, following these lights at night until he gets to the stage with his band, and that's where the song really takes off. So, lights will guide you home. And let's talk about the word ignite here. Ignite basically means cause something to catch fire. Sorry. So the house ignited in flames. The entire forest was ignited by a small campfire. Ignite just means catch fire. I want you to think, what could fire symbolize here? And ignite your bones. I don't think the artist is talking about your bones actually catching fire. But what could fire symbolize here? I actually did a video on this YouTube channel a long time ago, probably about 7 or 8 months ago now, all about fire and about the symbolic significance of fire. So here's a good example of a time when fire could symbolize something else. What does fire typically symbolize? What comes to mind when you think of fire? Light perhaps is God. Yeah, it definitely could be, says Patricia. It's not really clear what light is in this. It's just something that guides you, right? And we often have this play of light and darkness in poetry and music and all sorts of other things too. So perhaps it's God, perhaps who knows what it is. Perhaps hope. Recomfort, fire, precious metals, strength. Yeah, cool. Fire could definitely symbolize strength. There's also, think about the first two verses of the song. We describe them as sad, kind of hopeless, without passion. When you're sad, when you're depressed, when you're hopeless, you lose your passion for things. You don't want to do anything. When I saw this part of the verse, this part of the chorus rather, it made me think that ignite your bones. Maybe your passion is ignited again. Fire can often symbolize passion. And if something is ignited, it could be a passion that is ignited again. Perhaps that's it. Strength from other people, relive your life. Comfort for ignite your bones. Power, yeah. Fire is very scary for me. I think fire can be very scary, of course. It's very destructive, isn't it? Yes, Umama just said destruction. In this case, I mean, fire can symbolize many different things, and it does symbolize many different things often. In this case, for me, it symbolized passion again, and having that passion re-sparked. And actually, what's really cool, again, if you watch the music video and actually if you listen to the song, after they sing the chorus twice, so there's another verse that we'll look at after this, but if you listen to the song and watch the music video, it gets to this part in the song. The song is kind of sad and sad and sad and sad, and then it gets to this part where everything just takes off, and it's as if a fire is ignited. The drums kick in, and there's this huge blast of music, and it's really cool at the show, too. In this video, he's waving this light around in the air, and right when the beat drops, right when everything picks up, he throws the light into the crowd, and it's a pretty powerful moment in the music video and also in the song, just if you're listening to the music. Umama says, ignited is a positive word. Well, I don't know about positive or negative. It just means to catch fire. Now, fire can be positive, I think. It can also be negative, too. Like Shazia was saying, fire, well, like many people were saying, fire can be strong. It can symbolize passion, but it can also be very destructive. I would highly recommend checking out the YouTube video I did on fire because there's lots of different ways to think about fire. I think it's quite interesting. Nim says fire can mean something that can cheer you up. Yeah, sure. I think you're right about that. So let's look at this last verse here. Actually, there was an idiom too that I was reminded of. Perhaps many of you know this idiom in English. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that really seems to be kind of what this song is about. At least when I think about this song, when I read the lyrics, this idiom comes to mind. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. And what this idiom means is that there's hope. If you've been struggling for a long time, let's say you're going through a bad breakup, or you're struggling at work with your job, or you're just struggling in life, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It means that there is a way out. There is something good at the end of all of your struggles. And that's what this song really seems to be speaking about. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. High up above or down below, when you are too in love to let it go. If you never try, you'll never know just what you're worth. All right? So this is the last verse we'll look at because it really is just the chorus after this and then some repetitive lines. But let's talk about this. What's happening in this verse? I'll tell you what came to my mind after, but I want to hear what you guys have to say first. When you read this verse, what comes to mind? I want to talk about this word worth. When we are speaking about something's worth, we are speaking about value. So I could say this pen is worth $2. And I mean, this pen's value is $2. That's what it's priced at, perhaps. You could also talk about having an experience so let's say you come to Calgary, where I'm living right now. If you were coming to Calgary, I would say you should go check out a hockey game. It would be worth it. You should go to a hockey game. It would be worth it. It means you would get value from that experience. The amount of money you pay for the ticket versus the amount of value you get from the experience, it would be worth it. Okay, so we're always talking about value here. And you can talk about one's worth. And again, what you're speaking about is one's value. Of course, we don't always measure value with price. Some things you can't put a price on. So value is different from price. Just keep that in mind. Let me know what you think. What is happening in this verse? Umama says, your lessons are worth sharing. Well, if you guys want to share my lessons, it would be much appreciated. If you never try, you never know, says Grace, singing. Fire is a witness of marriage in a religion. Interesting. I don't know exactly. I'd like to know more about that. Gray says, challenging his confidence. Ashrafil says, it's an emotion. Interesting. Yeah, well, it made me think of, and I don't know what the background of this song is, to be honest, but it made me think of a relationship. High up above or down below, when you're in a passionate, intense relationship, you're high up, you're down below, you're all over the place. Your emotions are running high, right? When you're too in love to let it go, if you never try, you'll never know just what you're worth. This second part of the verse here made me think of the fear of letting go and moving on in a relationship. We've seen before that this person is kind of heartbroken, sad, depressed, dejected, disheartened. And this verse really makes me think about those times in relationships when things aren't working out, when in any kind of relationship, when you have a fear of letting go and moving on, and you want to cling to that past even though you know that it's unhealthy, that it's not the right thing to do, that it would be better to move on. Sometimes it's easier to stay in those comfortable, familiar situations. That's what this verse rather, seems to be telling me. But I don't know. What do you guys think? That's just my silly opinion. He talks about risk taking. When you are in love and not loved in return, you will suffer, but take this risk, worth it. But what is the risk then? Would the risk be to move on from the relationship? I think that's what you're saying. Interesting ideas, Patricia. Very cool. Umama says we should not let anything go easily. We should try till the very last moment. I'm just thinking about a toxic relationship. And that's always something that's very difficult to decide when you're in a relationship that's not going well. Do you stay? Do you invest more of yourself into fixing it? Or do you move on and try to find something new and try to grow? Shazia says, the verse says, whatever happened with you in your relationship, it is not more valuable than yourself, I think you're saying. Yeah, that you shouldn't sacrifice yourself entirely, perhaps, for your relationship, although I don't know. It's a very tough question again. I think that's probably the question that everyone asks themselves in relationships. Yes, challenging his confidence. Not only love, it's about life too. Yeah, I think you're right, Grace. You could read this to be about life too, and just moving on in general and growing. Yes, I agree, Umama. All right, so that is all that I had for you today about this song. And I would highly recommend watching this song because it's interesting to listening to this song and watching the music video, because it's interesting to see how the lyrics and how the mood of the song pick up about 3/4 of the way through. The song kind of totally changes and gets really heavy and passionate and loud, and it's quite interesting to see. So thank you for being here with me today. If you are a member of Jacob's English Club, I know that some of my students were watching this live video. If you are a member, there will be a bonus quiz for you, and that will be posted on our JEC website later today, in a few hours from now. I just need to post it once this video is posted to YouTube and download this video, etc. But if you're a JEC member, there will be a bonus quiz. I will test you on some of the vocabulary that I taught in this video, in this live lesson. If you'd like to become a member of Jacob's English Club, you can do so by following the link below. I would love to have you as a member. It's quite fun in there, so come join us. That's all for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week, same time. Bye-bye.